What up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another DVD slash Blu-ray slash 4K update. Been a few months since I've done one of these. I tried to do them monthly, but I just decided to hold off because of 31 Days of Horror in October. So yeah, I have a ton of stuff here, mostly DVD. This is probably one of my most DVD forward updates in years. Because I've been hitting up the Dollar Tree like crazy over the past couple months. Actually, in October, I didn't see any new titles at the Dollar Tree. But the 3 months before that, I've been going crazy. Hit up your local Dollar Trees. There is a surprising amount of quality for $1. It's kind of amazing. Unless you live near me, then don't go to your Dollar Tree because I want all the Dollar Tree stuff. I buy a lot of crap from Dollar Tree too, but there are really good titles, which I'll get to some of them. So with that said, let's jump into it. Start with the DVDs as usual. So first up here, we have Inspector Gadget Saves Christmas. And this is a title that I know really little about. I remember that there was a Inspector Gadget show when I was growing up that I watched from time to time. Never been a huge fan of Inspector Gadget. Don't really know much about it. I remember that movie came out in like the early 2000s or the late 90s. That was kind of like, I guess, kind of popular. I remember like McDonald's having toys and stuff like that where you could build the whole Inspector Gadget. But I don't know if this is just an episode from the TV shows, if it's an animated special, if it's, you know, more new. I don't know anything about it. It says it runs 30 minutes, so it's short. I don't really buy a ton of non-horror stuff, as you guys know who have been following me for a really long time, unless it's one of my favorite movies, two, like super duper cheap. Like I bought a box set of the Fast and the Furious films because it was like $10 and it was like Blu-rays and it was a pretty cool set. And then three, holiday. Love holiday themed stuff, especially Christmas. So I usually grab them if I could find them for a really decent price. Next up, another Christmas title here. We have The Munsters Scary Little Christmas. I'm not a huge fan of the Munsters. I never really have been. I appreciate certain aspects about them, but I've always kind of liked the Addams Family a little bit more. I know those two always get lumped in together. But this is an hour and 31 minutes, so I assume it's actually a film or a holiday, you know, some kind of holiday special. At first I thought it might have just been like Christmas themed episodes of the TV show, but it looks like it's its own thing here. So The Munsters Scary Little Christmas. Next up is a title from Walmart. I think this was like $5 or something. Normally I buy all of my TV shows on Blu-ray, typically, if I can get them, but I couldn't pass this up. And it is 11/22/63, which I actually just recently read the novel by Stephen King, and I absolutely loved it. So I really wanted to see what the adaptation was, especially since it's a limited series. Like I think this was just, I think it might have been Hulu or something, but it's a limited series, so it's just you know, one season and it's over. I don't think it's a miniseries. I think there's a few more episodes than that. But yeah, I really want to check this out because I loved the book. And actually, after I finished the book, the more I thought about it, the more I loved it. So I actually will probably watch this very soon. After that, we have a title. I actually own this already, I'm pretty sure, and I didn't realize I did. It's over here somewhere. I thought this was a different film, but I think I own this film. Not the same version, it's like a UK edition. But it is Dead Man's Shoes. It was pretty decent. I remember thinking it was alright. But this could be a different one. I'm not sure if it's the exact same movie. I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's like a UK film or something like that. But yeah, Dead Man's Shoes. It was pretty solid. After that, we have Pledges, which, you know, probably crap. It's Echo Bridge. But, you know, got a cheerleader holding the knife with some blood all over the place. Decided worth $1, you know. After that, we have one here, and I'm not familiar with this one. It actually looks kind of bad on the back there, but it is actually the Rake. I was trying to see the year for this one because I don't see a year. 2018, so I did not hear anything about this one, so I'm sure it's not too good. But that is the Rake. This one looks pretty cool. I've kind of been interested in this one for a while. Never picked it up, but it's only $1, so I couldn't pass it up, and that is Chaws, which I think it is a killer boar film. This is, of course, coming from Magnet, which Magnet put out a lot of solid stuff over the years. So yeah, I love my creature features, love my killer animal films, so looking forward to checking out the wild boar film. I actually own a handful of wild boar films that I have not watched yet. Here we go with some crap, most likely. We got Mandy, the Haunted Doll. Looks like a total ripoff of Annabelle. It's probably garbage. The back looks garbage, but sometimes I'm a sucker for those rip-off films. Speaking of rip-off films, we got more doll action here with The Revenge of Robert. I don't know if I own this one. I own... Is there 5 Roberts? I think I own 4 of the 5. And this one looked like the one that I didn't own, so I decided to grab it. I haven't checked in the collection because my collection is literally all over the place right now. And it's actually hard to find titles because I'm going to build more shelves because I just don't have space anymore. Like, these are all pretty much filled up. And so I have like a lot of the stuff I've picked up over the last like year in like stacked on top, behind, all over the place. So I wasn't able to check to see if I already had it. But if I do, it was only $1 and I'll give it away to a viewer or a listener of the podcast. So it's not a huge deal. After that, it seems like we're going through most of the crap right now. But it is Broken. Again, $1 title at the Dollar Tree. I don't know much about it. Don't know pretty much anything about it. 2018. Probably crap, to be honest. This one I am pretty sure is crap. It is, again, another like thriller. It's 65th. It actually says thriller on the back, so I don't know. You know, just picking up the horror looking titles. This one actually, you know, it looks crap, but I just thought the cover was like kind of cool for a crap looking cover, and that is Isabel. I don't know anything about this one. Again, this one's probably newer. Yeah, 2019. Vertical Entertainment. I think I might have had a screener of this one last year and just never got to it. A digital screener. After that, we have American Beast. Maybe some werewolf action here. Again, looks pretty crap. E1 Entertainment, which a handful of those were E1. So, American Beast. And then right here we have Rites of Passage from the... This is a Magnet. Pretty much if it's a Magnet, I'll usually grab it. Magnet doesn't always just do horror and stuff like that, but usually Magnet is... Even like the ones that aren't the greatest are still, you know, not... You're not going to feel ripped off for spending $1. So that's Rites of Passage. After that, we have another one here. This one actually just looked kind of cool from the cover here, and it is The Odds. So The Odds looks pretty cool. You know, what are you willing to lose for $1 million? Seems like it could be one of those like Saw-esque type, you know, Russian roulette. It says Russian roulette something on here. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool. Not sure if it's any good or not, but I figured I would give it a shot, much like all these titles. After that, we have Tell Me How I Die, which, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to show the titles, duh. Tell Me How I Die. Another one of those E1 Entertainments here. Probably crap, but again, I'm a sucker. This one is a Magnolia. I'm surprised it's not a Magnet, because I don't know what the difference, like Magnolia and Magnet, I think it's like the same company, but this could have been before they did the little Magnet label. But it is Severance. I think I'm partially familiar with this one. I think I might have watched it years ago. I don't really remember, but I think that it's alright. So we got Severance there. And then I'm again a sucker for this crap too, but it is crap. We have Sea Beast, which I might actually own this. I'm not 100% sure. I own a handful of these. Man-Eater series there, and this might be one that I own, but I decided to risk it for $1, and if I own it, I'll just give it away. So that is Sea Beast. And then we have another one of the Man-Eater series. We have Wavern, which man, these just look funny, dude. Like, these are like made for sci-fi type movies, but I kind of I've watched a couple of those Man-Eaters, and although they're crap, I kind of dig them. This one looks really stupid, but I kind of like the more reptile look worm thing. It's sand serpents. So yeah, and these all came with slipcovers too, which I was kind of surprised with. I think I have a couple others that don't have slipcovers, but all right. Let me sort of tilt these out of the way. Then we have this one I actually watched fairly recently. Somebody gave it to me as a Patreon pick. I actually thought it was pretty good. And that's Charlie Says, which actually is a Shout Factory release. I didn't even realize that. Oh, it's like an IFC Films Shout Factory release. Surprised it's not under the Scream Factory label. That's a little weird. But yeah, this is Charlie Says. It's basically the Manson story. It's pretty decent, though. I did enjoy that one. Alright, moving on here. Let's see here. We have Saltwater Atomic Sharks. Got a loose disc in there, so we should probably handle that. This is a title I picked up because on His and Hers Movie Podcast, my other podcast, last year we did a Shark Week, and we just watched, I don't know, like 10 shark films at random, and I kind of blew through most of the ones I had in my collection, so I figured, when I see them from time to time, I'll pick them up and give them a watch so that I know that... so that I have, you know, some stuff to watch. After that, this one has been on my radar forever. I wanted to hold off for the Blu-ray, but I couldn't pass up the dollar title. And that is Troll Hunter, which is a magnet release. Again, when you see the magnets there, usually going to be pretty safe bet to pick up. And this is a found footage film. I want to say it's like Norwegian or something along those lines. But I can't, yeah, I think it's Norwegian. I remember when this came out, it got a lot of buzz in like 2010. And I thought that a lot of people gave it good positive reviews and always wanted to check it out. So pick that up. Oh, geez, this is normally one that, again, with the loose disc too. I didn't even realize. This is another one I probably would have skipped on like 99% of trips, but it is Near Extinction Shangri-La. So yeah, looks pretty atrocious. It is put out by MVD Visual, though. That's pretty funny. After that, we have another one. Man, must have damaged some of these. That's not a big deal, though. I have other cases. The disc isn't loose. It's just got a little chip in there. We have Death House. This was the long in production film, again from MDV Visual, and this was like, it has tons of people in it. You got Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley, Dee Wallace, Sid Haig, Adrienne Barbeau, Michael Berryman, Barbara Crampton, Gunnar Hansen, Lloyd Kaufman, Camille Keaton, Felissa Rose, Tony Todd, and it's awful. I started watching it and it was not good, but I didn't really expect it to be. It sucks you have like such a huge cast and pretty much not so good movie. Alright, next up we have one that I've actually seen before, and it is Clown Town. I reviewed this for one of the 31 Days of Horror. It came out in 2016, I believe. It wasn't good, but you know, clowns, kind of a fun little subgenre. After that we have Scrawl, which not sure what this is about. It's a wild eye, so I'm sure it's not great, but it had the little it says the comic book that kills. I thought that was pretty interesting. It reminded me of like some Tales from the Crypt type of storyline there, so I was like, okay, you know, I'll give it a shot. After that we have West of Hell, featuring Tony Todd and Lance Henriksen. I like some Western horror stuff. I assume it's Western horror because it's definitely Western, but it has Hell in the title, and it has Tony Todd and Lance Henriksen in it, so it makes me think that it's horror, but it could not be horror too, I guess. Again, E1. Not a lot of good Western horror out there, but I like to give them a shot. This one, I think I remember seeing this on something. I thought I saw it on Sci-Fi Channel, but I could be wrong. This is another Wild Eye. Bone Jangles. Wild Eye is usually a steer clear for me. I would say like 9 out of 10 Wild Eye films are bad. But again, a buck, so I'm not gonna complain. After that, was surprised to see these there. We have some IFC films. We have The Cured, starring Ellen Page there. This is, of course, a Scream Factory IFC Films title. Normally I would get the Blu-ray, but for $1, I can't pass it up. And then one more IFC Midnight. I hope they get more of these. That would be pretty cool. Because even like the older IFC Midnights. Because IFC Midnight often picks up some good films. And even the ones that aren't good, there are really just a lot of solid, you know, 6.5, 7 films. Even if they're not, you know, 8s. We have Ghost Stories from IFC Midnight and Scream Factory. After that, we have, this one looks crappy. We have Freshwater. I forgot, I've actually seen, though this is a Wild Eye, I'll be damned. I've actually seen this one, and it was crap. But it has Zoe Bell in it, and it was called Freshwater, and I thought the cover looked really cool. So I watched it out of the Red Box a couple of years ago. It was pretty awful, like really bad. But I love my killer animal films, and especially killer alligators and crocodiles, so I decided to grab it. Here's one that Walmart suckered me into. I probably look like a huge idiot in this video, considering I bought mostly garbage. But I swear, there's good stuff too. We'll get to some more good stuff. I mean, there was some good stuff in there, but mostly garbage. This one, Walmart suckered me into buying because it's called Fear Farm, but I never seen a yellow case like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm buying that specifically for the case. And if the movie sucks, oh well. So they suckered me out of $10 probably, because it's probably garbage. Looks like a TCM ripoff. After that, another Walmart pickup here. ScoobyDoo Return to Zombie Island. I love ScoobyDoo. I think most horror fans love ScoobyDoo or grew up with ScoobyDoo. And ScoobyDoo is kind of timeless, you know. You have the greatness of the, I believe, 60s ScoobyDoo, and the 70s, and then even the 80s and 90s had some good versions. And then, I mean, I don't know what the modern Scooby-Doo looks like, but I'm sure it's not too bad. It's probably the same formulaic stuff, but Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was, like, huge when it came out. I remember absolutely loving it. It was, like, a big deal. A lot of people were interested in it. I thought it was cool that they did a sequel to it. I hear it's not the best, though, so expectations low. Then we have a title that Austin hooked me up with, Austin Schroyer. Awesome hookup from him, and that is WNUF Halloween Special. I recently watched this for the first time this year and absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing. Was kind of blown away with it. So much fun, so much fun. And I was going to pick it up regardless, but now he gave me a copy, and I thought that was super dope of him. Really, really cool. Really dope of him. After that, we have Frenzy, which is another shark movie. I'll save that for Shark Week next year. In, what do we do, in July, I think? July or August? Can't really remember. After that, we got an Artsploitation title here. We have Benjamin. Don't know anything about it. Didn't look horror, so I didn't really feel like popping it in. Alright, after that, got one more little stack of DVDs here. We got Red. This was another Dollar Tree pickup. This was a Magnolia as well. This is a Lucky McKee film, and I believe it is based on a Jack Ketchum story. I heard this one was really good. I think it's more of like a thriller, but I heard that it was really cool, so definitely going to check that one out when I get a chance. Then we have another Magnolia here, and this one I don't know much about, but it is called Dead Bodies. It looked kind of cool, so decided to grab that one from the Dollar Tree. Then we have one called Eden Log, which is also a magnet release, so Magnolia Magnet. Again, you can't really go wrong with picking up magnet titles. They're all pretty good. Oh, this is funny. I actually got this probably 2 years ago, and I just found it. So it is the Robot Chicken Walking Dead Special. I found this in the trunk of my car that I don't really drive anymore, and it was like buried under a bunch of stuff that was in there. So yeah, Robot Chicken Walking Dead Special. I had this for years, and I don't even really care for Robot Chicken. I think this might have been a screener or something, but yeah, I had this for years sitting in my trunk. It's like kind of squished, but figured I would throw it in the update. Alright, next up here we have a magnet release of The Signal. I have seen this before. I actually own this on DVD already. Kind of forgot that, or I grabbed it for the slipcover. I don't really remember, because I thought the slipcover was cool, but I'll just give this copy away and keep the slipcover. Pretty cool lenticular slipcover there. Really good movie. Very solid film. Forget who directed. Oh, David Bruckner directed this. Really solid little movie there. I really enjoyed it. Starring A.J. Bowen too. He's a pretty good actor. So that is The Signal. After that we have Evidence, which I don't know anything about this one. RLJ Entertainment, Image Entertainment. Then we have The Snarling, which I could have oh yeah, it is a Wild Eye. I knew this was a Wild Eye. You know, a Wild Eye. I didn't already pick that up, did I? Did I show The Snarling earlier? I feel like I might have, but I can't remember. Then we have another Magnolia. This is one I've been really interested in forever. Heard it's pretty disturbing. We have Compliance, which is, I believe, based on true events. Yeah, it says so right there. I think this is that thing that happened in a McDonald's where, like, some random dude called in and, like, was pranking them and had them, like, tie up a coworker and stuff because they said they were the police. Some weird stuff there. But yeah, I've always wanted to see this. Heard it's pretty good. After that, this is a fairly new film, so I was happy to see this for $1. And that is Psychopaths. This is a Mickey Keating film, and I like Mickey Keating, so was pretty interested in Psychopaths. Then we have another one here from Magnet, and it is Storage 24. I don't know anything about it. Looks kind of cool. After that, we have Cold Skin, which was a great $1 pickup. This movie was really cool. Kind of similar to, like, The Shape of Water meets The Lighthouse. I would describe it as that. It's pretty fun. I watched it like maybe 2 years ago. It was a pretty cool movie. After that, we have Nightmare Shark. I might have actually shown this in an update before, but I couldn't remember. I actually watched this. It was pretty good. I know that's crazy, but it's like Nightmare on Elm Street, but with a killer shark film. But it actually was pretty fun and creative. Then we have Deep Blue Sea 1 and 2. I picked this up just to watch Deep Blue Sea 2. I already own Deep Blue Sea 1, but grabbed it. After that, we have Are You Afraid of the Dark, the miniseries that came out last year. They did just announce that the Season 2 will be next year, so that's pretty cool. I thought it was okay. It was okay, but really, the cool thing that sold me on this was it has 3 episodes from the original series, so I watched all 3 of those too. Really good. This one is from Derek, which he sent me this. Thank you, Derek. It is Rigo, King of the Monsters, which it is Sabrosa, I believe, put this out. 2005 movie. Alright, then I grabbed Tales from the Hood 3. I think this is the last of the DVDs. Actually, there is... I'll just show it in the next update. I did pick up one more DVD, but it's not with this stuff, so I must have put it somewhere else. But I'll show that in the next update. So yeah, this is Tales from the Hood 3. Much better film than Tales from the Hood 2. Not as good as Tales from the Hood 1, but I did enjoy Tales from the Hood 3. Let me move some of this stuff so I can have more room. Alright. So, starting with the Blu-rays here, we have a double feature from Mill Creek, and this was another Dollar Tree pickup, because they do have Blu-rays sometimes. And that is Demonic / The Uninvited. So 2 films, double feature there. They both look pretty awful, but what are you going to do? After that, we have The Dead Ones, another artsploitation film. This is a brand new film, so I was going to check this one out for 2020, see how it is. Artsploitation is, hit and miss. This one, also artsploitation. I did watch this one. I really like this one. This is Dead Dicks. Pretty cool, like Groundhog Day type movie. I thought it was pretty neat. Kind of some commentary on mental illness and suicide and stuff like that. Then we have Night of the Living Dead. Recently did a review on this one. This is the 1990s version. I really like this one. I definitely really enjoyed revisiting it. It finally got a re-release on Blu-ray because the Twilight Time went out of print years ago. So it got a re-release, picked it up for $15. Very happy with the purchase. Then we have a Paramount Presents film. Think I've seen this once before, back when it came out. I think it was pretty bad. I didn't know Paramount was doing these sort of special collector's edition films, but they picked kind of a weak one to start to, I guess not start, it's the 10th one, but it is The Haunting. So we got The Haunting there, the remake of The Haunting. Then we got this one. I got this from Disney Movie Club, actually. I re-signed up for Disney Movie Club, and they delayed my order for I don't know, 3 months or something. I kept contacting them, and they kept giving me the runaround. Finally, I got a hold of somebody, and they offered me a free title since it took so long, and I decided to go with The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, which is a thriller, but it's very good thriller. I watched it recently. Okay, then we have I think these next titles are ones that I got gifted. I did an unboxing for these. From Secret Satan, which is basically a Secret Santa but for Halloween that we do in the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror group. And I don't know who got me, but they hooked it up. And the first title here is Cannibal Apocalypse, which I just watched. It is Italian Horror Month, so you should be watching Italian Horror right now. I watched this one the other night because of Italian Horror Month. And yeah, I love this one. It's one of my favorite Italian horror films. Has a lot of cool commentaries on PTSD and stuff like that, the parallels between the infected cannibals and PTSD Vietnam vets is right there, and it's really interesting. I always love the blend of war and horror, or PTSD and horror. After that, we got Killdozer, which is a TV film from 1974. Again, this one came through from my Secret Satan. Kino Lorber title there. After that, again, Italian horror from the Secret Satan, a Ruggiero Deodato film, where we got a code red copy of Jungle Holocaust. Never seen it, so pretty cool. Then we have some more this is actually Scorpion, more Italian horror, again with the Italian theme, and these are from the Secret Satan as well. We have the Phantom of the Opera, Dario Argento's Phantom of the Opera. This cover is actually really good, probably a little better than the movie. And then we have Dario Argento's The Card Player, which again, really cool cover, not the best movie. Curious on the transfers though, and the special features, because they have new interviews and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. A new one from Dario Argento on there and stuff too. Kind of curious on that. And then we have a Severance title here, and it is Killer Crocodile and Killer Crocodile 2, Italian horror films, which is pretty cool. Again, Secret Satan, like I said, guys, he hooked me up. And then we have a limited edition of Pagani Horror, which is another Severance film. This is from Luigi Cozzi, Italian horror, again with the Secret Satan hooking it up. And then we have another Severance film. We have Lucio Fulci's Enigma, which I've never seen, but definitely kind of curious on this one. I've always thought this cover was like mad dope. Super cool cover. And again, those were all from my secret Satan, which is like hella generous. So pretty awesome. Picked this up at Walmart for $5. Loved this film. It was my #1 of 2017, I want to say. I absolutely fell in love with it. A24. I'm actually scared to revisit it because I'm scared I might not like it as much as I did the first time. And that is It Comes at Night. Really dope film. Really dope film. After that, we have... This one was a Dollar Tree pickup. Honestly, in hindsight, I shouldn't have grabbed this one because it just looks... Like, even all the other ones that I thought looked, you know, bad, this one just looks boring. And that is the Incantation with Dean Cain. It just looks boring. It might not be, but it looks boring. I don't know. It just looks boring. Then we have... Oh, this is funny. I picked this up because I figured I could give it away. I'm never going to probably watch this, but I thought it was cool for $1, and that's a steelbook of the Green Lantern. I have no interest in comic book movies other than like Batman and maybe some X-Men stuff, especially the DC ones like Superman, Green Lantern. That stuff just doesn't interest me. But it's a steelbook, and I figured for $1 I could throw it as a prize in a contest or something. After that, sorry, we have a Scream Factory here. We have Time Bomb, which is, I picked it up for 1991. We were doing a 1991 show. I kind of forgot to watch it, or didn't get to it, so I have that there. Next titles are pretty cool. Pretty happy with these. These are actually pretty freaking amazing titles. We have the 19th and the 18th release from Vestron Video Collector Series. So I have all of them. And this is Shivers, which is pretty dope. It's David Cronenberg Shivers. I love that cover, and I love the shiny look to it that they're doing with these. And the dopest thing about these new Vestrons was the price point. I mean, Vestrons came out so expensive, $25, $30, and they pretty much stayed at that price. But these ones came out for like $10 to $12. Amazing. If we could get more Vestrons for that price, get more Vestrons in general, but more Vestrons at that price would be really dope. I love this line. I wish they keep doing it. That is Shivers, David Cronenberg Shivers. Good movie. Really like Shivers. And then this one, again, with an amazing cover. I love this slipcover. It's pretty cool. We have Little Monsters, the 19th Vestron. I didn't know that, but I didn't realize, but these come with digital copies. I have to give those away. So we have Little Monsters. This is a long-wanted film on Blu-ray, so happy to have that. Then we have Night Owl. I just picked this up like yesterday from Vinegar Syndrome. I grabbed it from Amazon. It was only like 12 or 13 bucks, which is like a steal for a Vinegar Syndrome, so I grabbed it. I don't know much about it. Is John Leguizamo's in this, though. I noticed that. Then we have a Wes Craven film. We have Vampire in Brooklyn. I've always liked this movie. I expected it to be garbage, but it's actually pretty decent, and it's one of Wes Craven's like later films. So we have Vampire in Brooklyn. I dig it. A title that I've been needing for a really long time. I grabbed it used because it was out of print, and I think it was the only Tarantino film that I didn't own on Blu-ray. My luck, all these will get 4Ks next time, and because I just recently bought like all of Tarantino's filmography. But I didn't have this one, and then they announced that it came back in print like a week after I bought it. And that is Jackie Brown. I still got it for a good price. It was like 12 bucks or something like that. But yeah, so Jackie Brown. I've never seen this, but I've always wanted to. And you know, I love Tarantino films. Over the past like maybe year and a half, I picked up all of his films on Blu-ray that I didn't have. Again, not horror, but I love Tarantino's films. So, oh, actually, no, I still need the Hollywood one. What is it called? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was really good. This was another dollar pickup at Dollar Tree, and I figured, you know, it looks, you know, family, like horror, quote unquote. Igor, I figure that's probably like a Frankenstein thing or something like that, so picked it up. Dollar Blu-ray. Next up here, The Conjuring. It was $1 on Blu-ray. I already own this, but I picked it up to give away, possibly. We do a lot of giveaways on 22 Shots, and I'm always doing giveaways on the podcast and different stuff like that, so it's good to have like extra stuff to give away. Same thing with this. Dollar Tree pickup, Magnet, Hobo with a Shotgun. I mean, that is such a steal for Hobo with a Shotgun. Rutger Hauer, Jason Eisner film. Cool, awesome little slipcover there too. But I do own this already, so that'll be another giveaway one. Again, with the shark theme for whenever we do the Shark Week, I grabbed a couple of, I guess, documentary type things here, and that's Shark Week, Fins of Fury, 5 hours of teeth chomping action. So already preparing for next year's Shark Week. Then we have the last title here from Dollar Tree, I believe. Yep, because next we're getting into the 4Ks and almost done with the update. So we have the Belko Experiment. I really like this one. Pretty solid. I think I might own that on DVD though. But upgrade to Blu-ray for $1. What the hell. Alright, so last up here we have the 4Ks. Actually, this might be the most 4Ks I've ever had in an update. I have quite a few here. I mean, nothing crazy, but, you know, 4Ks are expensive, so. First up, we have, I think, Arrow's first 4K, first or second. I think they released 2 at a time. I think the other one was Flash Gordon. I grabbed Pitch Black, which is the Vin Diesel film, Chronicles of Riddick, the first film. I've always liked this one. It's pretty fun, but thought it was pretty cool, 4K. Arrow's 4Ks are also thicker, so they are just like the standard Blu-rays. They might be a little bit thinner, but they feel like they're probably about the same. I don't know. So Pitch Black there on 4K. Then we have a Blue Underground edition of The House by the Cemetery. I did not pay $31.97 on this, or even $32.97. I don't remember what I got it for. I think $25-ish, which is a little bit more expensive, but it is Blue Underground. I almost died when I pulled this out of the package because I didn't realize it was shrink wrapped, and I thought they put these stickers on the slipcover. I was about to freak out. But one thing I will say, from the first releases of the Blue Undergrounds, these covers are not as nice. The first 4Ks were like this sort of gloss, and these aren't. I mean, these are embossed though. There's some embossment going on here. But I like the other covers a little bit better. So Blue Underground, The House by the Cemetery. I know the 3-disc Blu-ray that they did was pretty dope. And I'm sure that this is going to look even better. Those 3-discers were really good quality, but I'm sure that one's even better. Is this... This has to be a different cover than that one, right? I think so. And then we have another 4K here from Blue Underground. And that is The New York Ripper, which I did watch fairly recently. And again, the transfer is pretty damn amazing. The New York Ripper has definitely climbed up in the filmography of Lucio Fulci films. I didn't really care for it overly that much when I first seen it, but I really do like it. Here we go with, I just love this cover. And that is the awesome Tim Burton film, Beetlejuice. So we got Beetlejuice on 4K. Really, really awesome cover there, slipcover. I love the slipcovers that are on some of the 4Ks. And then we have The Invisible Man. This dropped in price to like $10 or something like that. So I decided to grab it. I really love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. We have Lee Winnell doing a Invisible Man movie. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Pretty cool 4K there. And then next up we have this one I'm really excited for. This is, of course, a Darren Aronofsky film, and that is Requiem for a Dream. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies. It's absolutely like horrifying, amazing. Not horror, but like I said, I don't know, I've been picking up some non-horror 4Ks too, but this is one of my favorite movies. So yeah, Requiem for a Dream. This is one of those like older 4Ks, like you see how they do the like splits here? I mean, it's kind of bad for the slipcover because it could get more damage, while this one's just like flat. I haven't seen one of these in a while, and this is a newer title, so surprised that they put that out. Next up, we have the Alfred Hitchcock Classics Collection, the 4K. Now, there is a problem with the Psycho disc, I believe. It is not in mono. So they have sent out replacement discs. I have not gotten one yet. Jeremy did, and he said it was still wrong, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but this is from Universal. We got Rear Window, Vertigo, Psycho, and The Birds. Can't wait to check out Psycho in 4K. That's going to be pretty awesome. So we, and this nice hefty little box set there. I think it's in the book style though, which I don't like. Okay, so next up here we have, I just picked this one up the other day too. It was I think $10, which I love this Western. It's one of my favorite Westerns. And that is The Quick and the Dead. I didn't even know this was on 4K. This is actually Sam Raimi directed. Didn't even know it was on 4K, but I really do like this film. Who even put this out? Sony, TriStar? Kind of a weird one to make it onto 4K. I'm sure like Sony and TriStar has like way more titles, popular titles in their vault that they could put out. It's kind of a weird title to come out on 4K. Okay, so what else do we have here? Another 4K from Vinegar Syndrome this time. We have Tammy and the T-Rex, the gore cut. This was like expensive as hell forever, but I finally found it for around $20, which is what I wanted to pay. I think there is a slipcover for this, but it didn't have it. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Then we have Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'm pretty annoyed about this sticker. I'm tempted to pull it off, but I don't know if it's going to damage the cover. From Walmart, I think it was like $10 or $12 or something. I really enjoyed this film in the theater, so I will revisit that. Kind of a cool Halloween film. And then my last two here, man. Both two films are in my top 5 favorite films of all time, like non-horror. First up, The Goonies. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite movie ever. So finally glad to get this on 4K. Could not get it. This was like a day one purchase for me. So we have The Goonies. And then finally, another one of my favorite movies ever, top 5. And I actually do like this cover. Some of the other covers I was seeing I didn't really care for. But we have Full Metal Jacket, Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. Top 5 favorite film ever for me. Which is interesting because my top 5 non-horror are, I think, all on 4K now. So that's pretty dope. Terminator 2, The Goonies, Full Metal Jacket, Back to the Future, which I still don't have, and forget what the last one is. But yeah, so Full Metal Jacket, pretty dope. So that's it, guys. That's the update. How many 4Ks did I get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the big Hitchcock set. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pretty good for my 4Ks. The collection's getting pretty decent with 4Ks. I really enjoy them. They're fun to watch. I have 2 more in the mail, actually, so that'll be on next update. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time with another one. I hope you enjoy. Peace out.